What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, today got a good show for you. We've been fishing all morning, and we're about to go weigh some fish. So I'm going to be doing a comparison on how a Rapala fish scale works versus the Bubba Pro. So something that we kind of had some issues with recently, and I was curious about how much they differ. Had to find some settings. I'm going to go over some of those settings in this video, as well as we're just going to weigh some fish. I got 7 fish to weigh. Basically caught a tournament bag, and we're going to weigh these things and see how much difference these two scales have in them. So guys, y'all stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the other side of this opening. Woo, first one, guys. I got him. One more fish and we can weigh these suckers in. Got him. There we go. I get rid of that little one now. That's a good fish here. All right, guys. So today's episode, as we talked about earlier, is the difference between the Rapala scale and the Bubba Pro. I'm gonna show you some stuff on the Bubba Pro in a minute, just because I have it. And man, I think I'm floating backwards. Need to watch it. Anyway, we're gonna go weigh these fish real quick and see what the difference is on these two scales. All right, then I'm gonna keep these things and give them to a guy right down in the boat right over there. So I am gonna hold on to them. So let's start with the Rapala. Fish number 1. So 154, still sitting the same thing. Let's go with the Bubba scale. Do this for all 7 fish. Bubba scale, you do need to hold it up with the alley pressure, zero it out, make sure you're good. This one shows a 173, so the other one was bouncing around between 1.6 and 1.54, I think it was. So, all right, we got that guy down. All right, fish number 2 on the Rapala scale. The wind is kind of messing with this thing, guys, a little bit. So, all right, 119. Lock. Okay, 119. Let's go with the Bubba. Clear it out. Yep, we're good. 130. That's a big difference. Okay, so one thing that the Rapala has, or the Bubba has, that the Rapala does not, is it will take averages the whole time and then finally lock in a weight. So this one, and that wind is playing a huge part in this. So 116. Zero it out. Wow. 126. It's almost 10 over. Goodness. This is not the results I got the other day. All right, Rapala. Zero it. 103. 103. And the Bubba, 0. 112. Okay, we're getting a pretty good difference here. I'm gonna talk about something in just a second, why there may be a difference in this. All right, smaller fish. Sure was zeroed. 7.4, 0.74. 0.74, so not even a pound. Whew. That wind's blowing me all over the place. Come on, lock. So 0.83. These are good guys here. Let's get this one. All right, zero it out. $141. Let me get to the Rapala. $149. Okay, one more fish. Shouldn't put him right there. Grab this one. Zeroed. All right, so this one, I'm having to hit the lock button because it does not stop. So 123, because that wind, when that wind blows it, guys, it does not stop. That's what I don't like about this one. This one here, that's what the Rapala, the Bubba scale, will sit there and take averages and then stop finally. All right, we're zeroed. See, it's jump around 127, 1. So it locked it in at 128. Okay. So, give me 1 second to get these fish together and we'll talk about the results. Okay, guys, so before I get to the results, let me tell you a little bit about these scales and how they work. So what they do is they have a type of rubber band. It's not really a rubber band, but it's something else that goes through here that measures. Same thing with Rapala. One of the contributing factors in this is elasticity. All right, I've not found a whole lot of information on this, but basically what happens is if these things sit out on a deck in the sun, especially in a hot summer, they're gonna get to where they'll stretch more and more. So your scale can definitely be off. If you want to keep, if you have a cooler on board, like I've got a cooler on a tournament right in there where I keep ice, probably the best thing to do to get an accurate weight is to, when I'm finished, put this back in the cooler, keep that whole thing about the same so that elasticity works the same way every time. So that's kind of how they work. I've been looking for some more information. If I find it, I'll definitely post it down here below. But here's what we're looking at, guys. Rapala gives me 8.22 pounds of fish. 8.22. The Bubba scale gives me 8.90. So that's a pretty huge difference. Now, I will say on my tournaments, when I used to use the Rapala, I got a bump when I went to the actual weigh-in scale. I got a bump in whatever I was weighed. So if I weighed, just throw a round number, 10 pounds, I'd probably get somewhere in the 10.6, 10.5, 10.6. So I think this is probably weighing a little bit more accurate. I don't have a scale to compare it to. Now, when I did this last time, I had a scale, I was way off, but I think we had some issues with the other scale. And I found out that I did it wrong on the system. So what I'm gonna do is just show you real quick what systems to use on a Bubba Pro, and especially if you're using crappie. So I got to get my phone and get to the Bubba app. Bubba, there we go. So I'll come down here to this camera. All right, guys. So this is the Bubba app here, okay? And so let me show you real quick if you can see this. Right in there shows me 8.90 pounds, okay? We use the Bubba scale. There's different ways to do it, but this is the most accurate. So if you click on your Bubba scale right there, it's gonna take you to your weights. So in fact, I'll just use this instead of looking at the scale because it's gonna be the same thing. So 8.98 pounds is what I show right there. I'm gonna go ahead and screen capture that. If you'll hit this little cog wheel up here, hopefully you guys can see it. There's gonna be a bunch of settings right in here. What you're gonna do is go to units, and the second one says LBS for pounds. Now there's also LBS _ ounces, and then you kilograms, and then LB _ ounces _ 0. Well, I thought that's the one I wanted to get the tenths in there, but it's not. So if I change this to tenths and go back, and now shows me that I have 9.00 pounds. So the most accurate one to equal the Rapala is gonna be just the pounds, LBS, and that will give you all your little tenths in there. So there it is, 8.98 pounds. So that's something to do. Let me screenshot that too for you guys. So between these two scales, guys, I've had them both. This one seems to weigh a little more accurate to a tournament scale. I'm gonna test that out on our next tournament. I just don't have the tournament scale here with me to try it out, but I'm definitely gonna try it out. But like I said, this one worked well for me for years. The problem is I went through 3 of them, I think, because the screens start getting scratched up. The batteries, no matter if you have a brand new battery, you get to the point where you can't see the LCD. This one is very bright. It does have a lithium battery, and also have another tray that I can put in there, so if my lithium dies on a boat, but you can also charge it up with just the GoPro camera deal, the USB-C. But I got another tray where I can put AA batteries in and get myself rolling. So not sponsored by any one of these guys. I'm just kind of, after that last tournament, I said, you know what, let's go try these 2 out and see what happens. So hopefully this was some good information for y'all. If you liked it, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Have you used either one of them? Do you like either one of them better? Have you used both of them? Which one do you like better? And tell me why in the comments, guys. I'd appreciate it. And if you would, hit that like button, subscribe, follow Asleep at the Reel, because we're going to have brand new episodes every week, guys. Every week. See y'all next week.